Hello everyone, I am Mushtaq. In this video, I am going to explore and demonstrate the features available under Site Administration of Moodle Site for Managers. So I have already logged into Moodle Site for Managers, and here on this sidebar you can see all these options. I am going to click on to this range to get site administration options available. Here I click on site administration. So this is what we have under site administration. We have analytics, competencies, badges, H5P, language, appearance, and front page. Now let's explore one by one. So let me click on to analytic models. Once you click on to analytic models, you can see all the models available on this website. So you can see model name, whether it is enabled or disabled, indicators, analysis interval, insight, and action. So the first one is courses at risk of not starting. So it is enabled, and number of indicators are 2. Then students at risk dropping out, there is no. It means all the participants are active. So number of indicators are 49. Students who have not accessed the course recently, so number of indicators only 1. Students who have not accessed the course yet, so number of indicators 1. And upcoming activities due, number of indicators 1. So this is how you can identify or understand, okay, so how many indicators we have. Then analysis interval from start to end. So from the beginning of the course to end of the course. Then insights, disabled model, no prediction available, no prediction, then action. So this is what you will find in analytics model. Now let's explore next feature, that is competencies. So we can migrate frameworks. So migrate from, so you need to, okay, so right now no suggestions. Then migrate to, so as of now it is not available. Then courses, limit to these, no selection. So we need to select over here. So for example, if you want to select say sandbox, so limit to these, sandbox or manager of a Moodle site or private policy, so you can select any one of them. Then exclude these. So again we have these options here. So whether you want to exclude terms and conditions or sandbox or manage of a Moodle site, private privacy policy, etc. Then start date from, so again we can enable it if you want, and this is how we can click on to perform migration. So here I'm not going to make any changes, so let me cancel this so that we can discuss. Yeah, so this is what you will find in migrate frameworks. So basically this tool can be used to update a competency framework to a new version, to a newer version. So this is the use of this tool. Now let's go back to site administration and let's see what do we have in competencies. Then we can import competency framework. So if you want to import from, okay, some other say course or something else, if you have existing one, so we can. So in order to do that, so maybe we can select any CSV file, framework description. So you can just click on to choose a file, and if you have any competency frameworks available on your computer or laptop, then you can do that. And once you select the file, then you can click on to import. So this is how we can import competency framework. Now what do we have in competency? We have export competency framework. So if you want to explore from one course to another, even we can do that. So right now no competency framework have been created yet, so there is no point of exporting it. Then let's see what do we have in competencies. Then competency frameworks. So maybe yes, we can see. So here we can add new competency framework. Then competency framework repository. So if you want to see the collection of competency framework repository, you can do that. So as of now, no competency frameworks have been created yet. So maybe if you want to create one, so you can just click on to add new competency framework, and you will see that framework over here. Then we have got learning plan templates. So learning plan for the course. So for example, testing, so it is hidden now, and the category is system. So a list of learning plan templates, so you can see all these templates over here. And if you want to add new one, learning plan templates, so you can click on to add new learning plan template over here. And this is how you can keep on adding learning plan templates. So this is all about competencies. Now we shall move on to next segment. So next segment is badges. So first of all, we shall discuss what do we have in badges settings. So if you look at badges settings, so badge username, okay, so it is default Moodle MOOCs, then name of the issuing agent or authority, then email address of the badge user, then this badge code or email address, then enable course badges default. By default it is yes. Okay, so once you add the badge username, then badge user email address, and this salt for hashing the recipient's email address, so maybe you can add this, and this enable course badges is default. Yes, it is yes. So once you add these details, then you can click on to save changes, so that you can make necessary changes in the badge setting. Now let's see what do we have in badge setting. Apart from that, you can manage your badges. So for example, if you have multiple badges for the course, so if you want to make some changes, if you want to add something, if you want to delete something, so maybe you can do it over here. So right now, I mean, there are no badges available. Okay, so maybe if you want to add new badge, you can click on to this and you can add new badge. So let's see, I mean, how to add new badge. Okay, so whenever you are supposed to add a new badge, then what you need to do is you need to name, okay, then you need to give the version, then language, then description for that badge. Okay, so here you will be writing a name of the badge, then maybe description, then version, then description for that a description for that badge. Sorry. So for example, if you are practicing something, so once you are done with that practicing, or once you are done with the video tutorials, so in order to earn that badge, so if that is the requirement, so maybe you can write that description over here. Then again, to select the badge, so once you create the badge, then you can choose a file, and if you look at accepted file type, so we cannot go for any format. So these are the formats which are accepted for badges. So first one is GIF file, JPG or JPEG, PNG, and SVG plus XML. So these are the 4 formats which are available. So whenever you are planning to design a badge or create a badge, so we need to keep these formats in mind. Then image author's name, so image author, so here image refers to the badge, then image author's email, then author's URL, then image caption, so maybe you can give the caption for the image. Then badge expiry, so again it's up to you. So generally we do not go for any expiry date, so you can click on to never. Then relative date, so you can select over here. Then after that, once you are done with adding the badge, then you can click on to create badge. So this is what you can add a new badge. Now again, let's see what do we have in badges. So as of now, we discussed about badge settings, then manage badges, add a new badge, then backpack setting. So this setting is external backpack connection. By default it is yes. Okay, so if enabled, users can connect to external backpack and share their badges from this site. Okay, so basically, I mean, what does this mean is, for example, if you want to export external backpack, so you can get them over here. So in order to do so, you can use this option, then active external backpack. So this is the one. So again, by default it is badger.io. Then you can click on to save changes. So this is how you can use backpack settings, so that you can get external badges too on this course. Then what do we have on badges? So finally we have got manage backpacks. So basically we need to understand one thing is, backpacks are nothing but the badges we have earned for some other courses and which are external, right? Which are not part of Moodle site for managers, but yes, we can have backpack, those badges in the form of backpack. So here backpack URL is badger.io, then active external backpack yes, and action absolutely yes. So it means we can add a new backpack and we can get our external badges on this site. Now let's go back and let's see what options we have under site administration. So we are done with badges. Now let's discuss something interesting, that is H5P. This is my one of the favorite. So manage H5P content types. So H5P is highly interactive. So you can install H5P content types. Then there is huge library. Okay, we have interactive quizzes, then test, then choose the following, then drag and drop. So there are number of files. So if you have created any one on H5P, then you can choose a file, okay, and you can select that file and you can upload H5P content type. So again, as a teacher or a manager, okay, then you can create your own and you can upload over here. So basically H5P enables users to create interactive content by providing a range of content types. Now let me show you, okay, so what kind of content types or what kind of interactive tools we have. So first of all, we shall see installed H5P content types. So we have got accordion, then Agamotto, then appear in, then arithmetic quiz, then audio recorder, chart, collage, column, course presentation, dialogue cards, dictation, documentation tool, drag and drop, drag test, essay, fill in the blanks. So you can see, I mean, it's huge variety and it's highly interactive. Okay, so your participants would love to go for such kind of activities. So mark the words, interactive video, image slider, image sequencing, multiple choice, personality quiz, question set, questionnaire, single choice test. So it's huge. Okay, so as a teacher or faculty member or a facilitator or a trainer, okay, it is a treat for us actually. Okay, so these are the types of H5P content, sorry. Okay, now in order to install H5P libraries, so you can see, okay, so what kind of library we have. So we have got a document export. Okay, you can see from so here, so blob, branching question editor, branching scenario editor, then collage editor, continuous text. Okay, so it's huge. I mean, I think if you go to h5p.com, you will find number of things, or if you go to this web portal, you can create your own. But to understand better what we can do or what kind of interactive tools we can add, okay, so this is external plugin, okay, that can be added to make our course more interactive. So it's huge. So you can just look at that, image sequencing, image slider, okay, interactive video, mark the words. Okay, so for example, if you want to just see different examples, so maybe you can go to H5P and you can explore more. I would suggest you to go to H5P and explore more. So here we have some examples and downloads. So this is what we have, h5p.org. Initially I think I said .com, I'm sorry about that. So it's h5p.org. So you can see these samples over here, examples, accordion, then audio recorder, then dialogue cards, columns, collage, documentation tool, fill in the blanks, essay, flashcards, guess the answer, find the words. See, this is huge actually, this is huge collection. And if you look at this, so create H5P interactive content in systems like, so right now we are using Moodle, but it is, apart from Moodle, it is compatible with Canvas, okay, Brightspace, Blackboard, WordPress, and if you want to add more, you can add more. So this is what we have in h5p.org. So this can be used very effectively for our courses. Now let me go back to site administration again. So as I discussed some time back, I mean, if you have created something in the form of H5P, then you can upload over here and you can link with this course. Now let's see what do we have under site administration. So as of now we have discussed H5P. Then let's see language customization. Now we need to see if we have multiple options to select. Yes, great. So this is huge variety. So you can see there are number of languages. So right now since we are using English, so we shall go for English. Okay, but yes, you are free to select. Okay, so see there are many languages over here. We have got Hindi too, so I am happy that we have Hindi. You can see some Indian languages too, Marathi, then Hindi, workplace के लिए Hindi, then this is Bengali, then this is Gujarati. So it's huge. Malayalam, yeah, it's huge variety. You can find Arabic, you can see Vietnamese, then Suomi, Portuguese. So it's huge. So anyways, I'm not going to select any other option, okay, any other language. So I'm going to select the default one, that is English United States. So this one, yeah. So this is how you can customize the language. Yes. Now let's go back to site administration and explore rest of the options available under site administration. Then we shall see what do we have under appearance. So default dashboard page. So default dashboard page. So if you want to do something with your default dashboard page, so here you can make the necessary changes. So reset dashboard for all the users or blocks editing on. So if you click onto this, then you can reset dashboard for all the users. Then you can see over here we can change the apply site color, then sidebar color, so which we have discussed in earlier video tutorial. Then right now the theme of this sidebar color is light. You can switch to dark, okay, but again I am going back to light. Then site color, we have got primary color, then brown, then cyan, then green, then gray, indigo, orange, pink, purple, red, teal, custom, right? So this is what you can do basically. So I'm not going to make any changes over here, yeah. So this is what you can do. Then again let me take you back to site administration, and this is what we were discussing about default dashboard page. Now let's see what do we have in default profile page. So this is the profile page. So this is users profile page. So I am one of the users on this website, so you can see. So if you want to make some changes over here, so you can click on to reset profile for all the users, then about me, then courses, then edit profile, okay. Then we have got this option here. So these are under setting option. So you can see my profile over here. So this is what you can do. Again let's go back to site administration, then manage tags. So if you want to manage tags in terms of appearance, you can do that, okay. So for example tag collection, so default collection is external blog post, then courses, activities. So whether they are searchable or not, yes, they are searchable. So maybe if you want to search courses, you can just click on to courses and you can search them. So all these tag areas are searchable, so you can search them on the website. Then tag areas, external blog post, suggest, then courses, okay. So these are the tag areas, okay. So you can make these changes, right? So this is how default collection. So this is all about appearance. Then we shall move on to user tours. In user tours you can see dashboard, new messaging system, then boost administrator, then boost course view. so applies to, you can see this, then description of these names, new dashboard features, new messaging interface in Moodle 3.6, a tour of some new features in the Boost theme for administrators. So these are the actions. Then create new tour, you can create new tour, or you can import new import tour. Then tour repository, if you want to select any one of them from this repository, so maybe you can click onto this and you can select one. So here is the user tour repository. Yes, so let's go back to site administration again. So this is what we have in appearance. Yes, then finally we have got front page. So front page setting, so this enable us to change the setting of front page. So full site name is Moodle MOOCs, then short name for site is free Moodle training for managers. Then you can see front page summary, learn to be a manager of a Moodle site. The courses are free for experienced Moodle teachers. So maybe if you want to watch a video by Dr. Nelly, you can watch it. Then front page, list of courses, you can see combo list, course search box, none, list of categories. Then we have got front page items when logged in. So okay, so front page, so you can see the list of courses. Front page items when logged in, you can see enroll courses. If you want to add some more, you can select from here. Then maximum category depth, it is 1, but by default it is 2, so maybe you can add one more. Then maximum number of courses, so 200, and by default it is 200. Then include a topic section, by default it is yes. Then number of announcements 3, and by default is also 3. Comments displayed per page, okay, 15, and by default it is 15. And default front page role, okay, as a student, by default it is authenticated user on front page. Yeah, so this is what I mean. If you want to add something, if you want to delete something, if you want to make any changes, so do that and you can click on to save changes. So this is what we have under site administration. So this is what we have explored. Okay, now rest of the things, rest of the features like users, courses, grades, and plugins and reports will be discussed in near future. Thank you for watching.